Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. For those who don't know me, I'm Kyle, one of the river cruise experts here at the River Cruise Company. And for those who don't know us as a company, we are a UK-based independent travel agency specialising in river cruise. Today we are delighted to be joined by Anna, sorry, get me words out. I always do that, don't I, Anna? Today we are delighted to be joined by Anna from AmaWaterways, who's here to talk to you all about Colombia and the Magdalena River. Anna, over to you.
Thanks, Kyle. There's a lot of A's. So Anna from Ama. So good evening, everyone. As Kyle said, my name's Anna. I'm part of the UK team here at AmaWaterways. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I have worked in the travel industry for 27 years, and I have spent 8 of those working in river cruise. I absolutely love river cruising. I think it is such a unique and immersive way to visit destinations across the globe, and I'm really excited to share more about this with you this evening and just show you why these cruises are so special. So the Ama in AmaWaterways means love, and Journeys That Move You signifies river cruises designed to be meaningful, travel that touches your heart and your soul through cultural immersion, personal experiences, and exploring these destinations with love. And that is what we're about at AmaWaterways. Now, we were founded back in 2002 by 3 families, at which point we introduced our very first ship onto the rivers. Today, in 2026, we have 33 ships sailing across 4 continents, and we are the largest cruise line dedicated entirely to river cruising. On the screen at the moment, you can see the European destinations, or the European rivers, should I say, in which we sail. So we sail on the Danube, the Rhine, the Douro, and on the French rivers as well. And in addition to these, we have 4 rivers that fall within our exotics programme. So we have 2 ships on the Nile in Egypt. We have our very special safari and wildlife cruise, which is on the Chobe River in Africa. We have the magnificent Mekong River, and Kyle actually personally experienced the Mekong with us last year. So if you have got any questions or you'd like any personal recommendations, he's absolutely the person to speak to. And all of these destinations that I've just shared with you can be booked through the River Cruise Company. Now, our final destination, and the one that we are here to hear all about this evening, is the Magdalena River in Colombia. Now, back in April 2025, we made history when we became the first ever major river cruise line to sail in Colombia. And this evening, I'm going to be taking you through the itineraries. I'm going to be showcasing the ships, what life on board is like, what's included with us. But before we do that, I wanted to share a little bit about the backstory with Colombia. So why did we decide to go and sail there? Now, our owners like to be the first in the world of river cruising to introduce new things to our customers. They are constantly looking for ways to innovate the river cruise experience. And over the years, we have had a number of firsts where we've been the first ever river cruise line to introduce different things. So, for example, we were the first ever river cruise line to introduce twin balcony staterooms to give guests the opportunity to have a balcony where you can actually sit outside. We were the first ever river cruise line to introduce bikes and wellness hosts on board our ships in Europe. And continuing with the theme, as I mentioned, we are the first ever major river cruise line to sail in Colombia. And this is something that we have been working on for about 7 years. So our owners visited Colombia and they absolutely fell in love with it. They were able to see firsthand just how important the family way of life is to Colombians, where it is common for multi-generations, extended families to live together in the same households, to pass down traditions. And being that family-owned business, they just felt like it was the perfect fit for the brand. So they had what they would describe as an unforgettable experience. So they came away and they just felt that it was something that they absolutely wanted to share with our guests, with what we would class as our extended family. So we went away, and this is something that we have been working on. We have built 2 brand new ships, both of which are now sailing on the Magdalena River. We put together an excursion program of shore excursions that were completely different, places that are off the beaten track that you wouldn't be able to access if you weren't on the river. And as well as doing all of this, we also had to build the infrastructure to be able to sail there, because of course no one had done this before. It meant that we had to dredge the riverbeds, put in docking locations. So hopefully you can see it's been a huge project of love, something that a lot of thought, a lot of time has gone into, and it's absolutely incredible for us to not only be the first to be able to be there and to be able to do this, but to have such an incredible program on offer to be able to share with you. So as I mentioned, we have built 2 brand new ships. We have the AmaMagdalena, which started sailing in April last year, and this was followed by the AmaMelodia, which started sailing in October last year. These ships take between 60 and 64 passengers, so they are really small, really intimate vessels. And I'm going to be sharing with you some images of the ships to show you what the staterooms are like, what the public spaces are like on board. So you can see here one of our ships in the very early stages. All of the furnishings that you will see on the ships, all of the artwork, for example, was all sourced from local artisans. All of the crew on board were local. And certainly for us, something that has been really incredible to see is just how welcome we have been made to feel. And I've got a very short video clip to share with you here. And this was taken on our very first sailing back in April last year. Just at the bottom of the screen, you should be able to just see there the front of the ship. So this video, as I say, was taken on our first sailing. The ship is approaching a bridge. And what you can see there on the bridge and on the riverbank is hundreds of local people that had come to show us their support. So they had simply come to wave to the ship, to welcome us and to show us, you know, just how happy they are that AmaWaterways was there, which I think is something pretty special, as you can see. So I wanted to run through everything that you get included with AmaWaterways and your cruise on the Magdalena River. So the first thing to highlight is when you are booking with us, what you are getting is you are getting a package. So what this means is that you have flights included, there are transfers from the airport to the ship and back again, and everything on the screen that I am going to run through. So on board with us, all meals are included. So that is breakfast, lunch, dinner, afternoon tea, late night snacks, really all meals on board. On our ships in Colombia, we have 2 restaurants. We have a main restaurant, which is where you will go for your breakfast, your lunch and your dinner. And we have a second restaurant, which is a special a la carte restaurant. You need to make reservations to be able to dine there, which you do when you get on board the ship at reception. You get drinks included with meals. So we include beer, wine and soft drinks with lunch and with dinner. Tea, Colombian coffee, hot chocolates are available 24 hours a day. We also have what we call a sip and sail cocktail hour as well. Now, this is the hour before dinner every single day, and we invite guests to come along to the lounge where you can enjoy our cocktail of the day, which changes daily. Or if you don't want to try that, we have a dedicated sip and sail bar menu, and you can enjoy any drinks from that dedicated menu completely complimentary for that hour before your dinner. We have our immersive shore experiences. So I'm going to be talking a little bit later about some of the amazing shore experiences that are included, what you can see, what you can do. But every single day we have these shore experiences included for you. Wi-Fi is included. We have a cruise manager on board the ship who is there to look after you from start to finish. They are there to provide knowledge, answer any questions that you might have. They are also supported by our expertly trained local crew. We have knowledgeable guides that will join you on the shore experiences. And then we also have entertainment as well. And this cruise is a 7-night cruise, and it is all about colour and rhythms and music and UNESCO World Heritage Sites. When we talk about entertainment, the entertainment on this particular cruise takes place both on and off the ship. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about some of these different entertainment experiences that you will get. But music has a real kind of overarching factor in this. So there are a number of different musical performances that will take place on and off the ship, such as jazz, cumbia, etc. So, you know, if you're interested in that rhythm and that music side of things, you will absolutely get that along your journey. Now, going back to have a little bit more of a closer look at the ships. So as you can see here, this is the outer view of one of the ships, the AmaMagdalena. As I mentioned, these are small ships. They take between 60 and 64 guests. And I wanted to share with you some of the public areas on board. So what does it look like on board the ships? So starting with our beautifully appointed staterooms, as you can see here. Now, all of the staterooms on the ship are what we call our twin balcony staterooms. And you might remember at the beginning, I highlighted that we were the first ever river cruise line to introduce these twin balcony. Suites are larger in space. We have a number of different rooms available for you. All of the rooms, as you can see, are beautifully appointed. The beds can be configured either as a double or as twin. You've got everything that you would expect, such as your bathrobe, slippers, on-demand TV. You've got your toiletries as well. And then moving to have a little look at the public areas on board the ship. So very traditionally furnished. What you can see here is you've got kind of the central point of the ship just here, or kind of the atrium, if you like. You've also got our restaurant here as well. And you can just see the bar area and the seating area as well here. As I mentioned, there's 2 restaurants on board, the main restaurant for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And we've also got the a la carte fresco menu as well. Public spaces on board the ship, so there are plenty of areas for you to be able to sit and relax. We've got tables, chairs, sofas, perfect for either socializing, chatting to your fellow passengers, or just sitting to have some time to perhaps read a book, play a board game, for example. Again, that the themes are following throughout, as you can see with the furnishings. And as I mentioned, everything such as the artwork was all sourced from local artisans. And then up onto the top deck, we have our pool. Again, we have plenty of seating up on the top deck, so you can enjoy the weather, you can enjoy the views as we sail as well. Tables, chairs, sun lounges, plenty of space outdoors. Now, moving on to talk a little bit about the itineraries. So we offer 2 different itineraries, which I'm going to share with you. And the main thing to understand with these 2 itineraries is that they are operating in different directions. So first of all, we have the Magic of Colombia, which sails between Barranquilla and Cartagena. And then our second itinerary is Wonders of Colombia, which starts and finishes in the opposite places. So Wonders of Colombia will start in Cartagena and you will finish in Barranquilla. Both 7-night cruises, both of these will be taking in the key attractions that I'm going to highlight as we go through the next few slides to give you an idea of what you can see, do and experience with the shore excursions. So I wanted to run through some of the highlights. I'm not going to go through the full day-by-day itinerary, but I'm just going to talk about some of the key places that you will get to see. And I wanted to start with Mompox, because I think Mompox is sure to be a highlight of your cruise. Both of our itineraries offer an overnight in Mompox. So what you've got here is you've got plenty of time to be able to enjoy those included shore experiences, but you've also got time to be able to go off and explore independently if you would like to do that as well. So Mompox is probably best described as a town frozen in time. It has the appearance of what many villages look like during colonial times. And it's famous for its cobblestone streets, its well-preserved churches, and its artisan workshops. Now, in Mompox, there is a lot for you to do, see and experience. So the first thing is bird watching. So there is the opportunity for bird watching at sunrise, early morning and at sunset. We've then got the shore excursions as well. So you can join a guided tour, which actually begins with a tuk-tuk ride. So this will visit key landmarks and you will learn all about the history and the traditions. There's also an opportunity to visit a filigree workshop to witness intricate jewellery artistry, which is really renowned here when we think of the craftsmanship. The next place that I wanted to talk about, again, something a little bit different, is Calamar. So Calamar is a small riverside village. Unlike Mompox, it is less about colonial history and more about local life, community and natural surroundings. And you will take a tour of the town by this. So sitting on what you can see on the screen, which is a payola. And this is a traditional Colombian bicycle built for two, where the driver pedals and you ride on the back as a passenger, as you can see here. So the ride will take you along the local streets. The emphasis here is that you get to explore like a local would. So you'll be going down, local streets. Your driver, if you like, the person pedaling, is also your guide. So they will be stopping at certain places along the way, such as the historic waterfront. They will be sharing with you information. You'll be able to learn. And it's just a very different and very relaxing, but also very immersive way to be able to explore this beautiful town. Another place that you will visit is a wonderful little place actually called New Venice, which is a village built on stilts that is only accessible by the water. Now, as well as building the two ships that are sailing on the Magdalena River that I've already mentioned, what we've also got is we have got a number of excursion boats as well. And these excursion boats are located along the river at different points. So there will be times on the cruise where, in order to get to where you're going, we will need to move you onto one of these smaller excursion boats. So this is a prime example of that. So you will go onto one of these excursion boats. So you will enjoy a guided boat tour with your guide. You'll be able to learn about the fishing communities and their way of life. And really, it's the perfect chance to see rural Colombian life along the river. So as I mentioned in the beginning, a lot of what we want to do, to share with you in Colombia, is to visit these places that aren't easily accessible if you're not on the water. So something completely different. And then finally, we've got Barranquilla. So Barranquilla is the point where you will either start or finish your cruise. Now, Barranquilla has got the second largest carnival in the world after Rio. So what we're doing in Barranquilla is we are putting on our very own carnival experience for our guests. This takes place just off of the ship. So the ship will be docked, you will walk over to the land, and what we've got over there is we've got a really large covered area, which is where these dance performances, or the carnival, if you like, will take place. So you will be invited to disembark the ship, to come over to this area, and you will be treated to a number of different musical performances as part of the carnival. It's very bright, it's very vibrant. And for any of you that want to be that little bit more immersive, we do have things such as the headdresses, for example, for you to put on to join in. But as I say, we do this for every single arrival and departure. So it's such a fantastic way to either start your cruise or to finish it at the end. It's something a little bit special. Now, I've already mentioned that the cruise itself is a 7-night cruise. But in addition to that 7-night cruise, what we do is we can arrange for you a bigger package where you've got the opportunity to combine that incredible 7-night cruise with a land stay as well. So this gives you the opportunity to stay longer, to spend a little bit more time exploring different areas as well. We have got 3 different optional pre-stroke post stays that you can add on to your river cruise. And there's a few different things that are a little bit unique about the pre and post stays that we offer. So the first thing to highlight is the cruise manager, who will be on the ship with you, also is on the pre and the post day. So you really will be looked after from start to finish by that same person. In addition to that, on your pre and post stay, you will also have excursions included as well. So it isn't just a hotel stay where you are booked in for a couple of nights and you can just explore by yourself. You've got a full program included on the land element as well. So you will meet your cruise manager. They will escort you to do the excursions that are included. They will then accompany you to the ship. They will be with you on the ship and then on the post stay at the end. So a really seamless experience. With the pre and post stay that we do, you will be staying in luxury accommodation, so 5-star properties. There will be selected meals included, further details of which we can share with you depending on what you might be interested in, but it will typically be a bed and breakfast. There might be the option for half board on this particular element of it before you go onto the cruise or at the end. So if you would be interested in staying a little bit longer, the first one that we've got is an extension in Cartagena. So this is an optional 2-night pre-cruise. So what this means is this particular option is only available with the wonders of Colombia. So you would start in Cartagena, you would do that 2-night pre-stay, you would join the ship in Cartagena, you would sail to Barranquilla. Also, just to point out, because I mentioned in the beginning, this is a package. So if you do go with the land option, we do include the transfers throughout for you as well. So that will be the airport to the accommodation, etc. All of it is included for you. We then have a Medellin land package. So this is a 3-night pre-cruise that you can add on. And finally, we have a post-cruise option as well, which is a Panama land package. So if you're looking to explore maybe a little bit further afield, this is a great combination to be able to add in with your river cruise. Now, something I wanted to share with you, you might have noticed this when you signed up, but because you've taken the time to come along this evening to find out a little bit more about Colombia, we do have an exclusive webinar only saving available for you. So that is save £150 per couple or £300 per couple on suites for bookings made with the River Cruise Company within the next 15 days. So just to be clear, this is for Colombia bookings, new bookings made before the 4th of February 2026. And to give you an idea of what the pricing is like, what you can expect with us, I just wanted to share an offer with you as well. So 7-night river cruise on board the AmaWaterways. So this is sailing from Barranquilla to Cartagena. The package, including your flights from London or Manchester, transfers, cruise, and everything that I ran through as part of those inclusions, is available from just $3,949 per person. Incredible pricing to be able to explore this part of the world. And then if you were interested in staying longer, just to give you an idea, using the 3-night Medellin pre-cruise option, a 10-night trip you would be looking at from $4,995 per person. So absolutely incredible pricing when you think of, you know, everything that you get. It really does offer such value for money. So these prices are based on a twin outside balcony stateroom. So that is the one that you saw in the images. The prices are already inclusive of that webinar discount. And as I mentioned, this is available on all new Colombia bookings that you make with the River Cruise Company by the 4th of February 2026. So that brings us to the end of the webinar. I just wanted to say thank you so much for taking the time this evening to come along and join us. I really hope you found it beneficial, and that's given you a little bit of an insight into the Colombia programme, what's included, what the itinerary is like, etc. If you do have any questions at all, if there's anything that you would like to know that wasn't covered, if you would like to look into these itineraries, so if you would like to check availability, if you would like to have a look at making a booking, then please don't hesitate to get in touch with the River Cruise Company. They will be happy to provide you with additional information, answer any questions that you've got, or assist you with a quotation. So that is it from us. On behalf of Kyle, myself, I just wanted to thank you once again for taking the time to join us. And we really hope we have the opportunity to welcome you on board with AmaWaterways in the near future. Thank you.